Hello, my name is Kieran Hayes and welcome to my Neewer HB80C review. And boy, is this RGB video light great! It's tiny, it has a built-in battery, it's RGB, it is a full-size Bowen's mount for your light diffusers, it has loads of inbuilt special effects, and it can be controlled via the Neewer app from your mobile phone or tablet. And of course, it has an 80-watt output. So come on, let's get into it and I'll talk you through my experiences with it over the last couple of months. Now, before we get into the review, I have to say Neewer did send out this HB80C light to me for this review, but I was not paid to review it, nor did they have any input in this review, and these are my own thoughts on using this great little RGB video light for a few months now. So let's pop the box open and see what you get with this unit. And this is what you get inside in the box. This lovely carrying case. There's two handles on top. It's nicely padded. This is a lovely little addition to your lighting kit. But let's see what's inside the carrying case now. So this is how it all comes packed first day. And this then is what's inside the carrying case. You have your standard reflector. That's a really nice reflector, by the way. You have the light itself, which is a lovely size. You can see you have your back display, nice cooling fan there. It's fairly well vented the whole way around. Really solid body. Incredibly well made. It's actually stronger than my knuckle, no surprises there. And you have a mount on the base where you can screw in your light stand mount. So that basically just screws into the base there and you can put it onto a mount or onto a light stand. Sorry, what am I saying? And then you have this fella, and this basically just screws into the base here too as well again. And you can use this to handhold the unit, or it actually separates out into a mini little tripod. So you can pop that down there and use it as a desk mounted tripod. That's a lovely little feature to have in the unit itself. Then we've got a long USB-C to USB-C cable, and you can use this to charge the HB80C via the USB port in the side here. Now, when you originally look at the size of the HB80C, you would find it very hard to believe that this has a full-size Bowen's mount on it. Firstly, that it can be controlled completely via your mobile phone, and of course, it still has those manual controls on the back too as well. But when you think this also has a 72 watt hour battery built in, and it weighs just 1.1 kg roughly, that's crazy. But the best part is it retails for under $230. Now, speaking of price, Neewer have given me a discount code. I've put that in the description below, and that gives you 21% off that price. Make it even cheaper. Now, Neewer do also have special offers on their website and on their Amazon store from time to time. So if you're thinking about buying this unit, then please do make sure to check both of them out for the best deal possible. Again, links and more info in the description down below. Looking at build quality now, and the HB80C is, as per usual from Neewer, very well made. With a solid feel to the outside case, the mount feels very robust too as well. That's a really solid bit of metal. The controls feel sturdy and yet tactile. The buttons, switches, everything just oozes quality in this unit. You genuinely would not think this unit, you can buy this unit for under $200. Over the last 3 years, the Neewer range of products have stepped up massively. And they not only give you the features you want and the build quality you need, but at a price that's just ridiculous, or incredibly affordable, I should say. And no, I was not paid to say that. That's my own personal thoughts on their products, and that is genuinely and honestly why I review so many of them on this channel. I'm not getting paid for it. I could review other brands, but I refuse them. I just genuinely do believe they offer absolutely exceptional value for money. But getting back to the case now, and as you can see, there's a nice bit of ventilation the whole way around in the case, which in itself helps cool this light. Now, remember, the better the ventilation, then the less fan power is needed to cool the light. The last thing you want is a noisy fan whirring away in the background. So who is the Neewer HB80C light for? Well, it's for anyone that wants a highly portable, bright, 80-watt output, full RGB video light and app control. It just makes it ideal for lighting hard-to-reach places, or for solo creatives like me that want to light their scenes remotely and still have control over multiple lights all in one app, as this light can be paired with several other lights and controlled independently via the Neewer app. That is huge and incredibly handy. One of the main selling points of this light has to be its built-in battery. And for me, I found it lasted around 70 minutes. Again, it's give or take a small bit. And on low power or whisper mode, you get roughly about 44 watt output, and the battery again lasts up to roughly around 90 minutes. It's about 85 to about 92 minutes I found, roughly. You can also use the HB80C in studio on mains power, but it needs a 100 watt USB PD charger to keep it running all day. Or you can fully charge it in about 2 hours with a 65 watt USB PD charger. There is no charger supplied with the HB80C, but there is a very good quality 3-meter USBC cable supplied. So before you buy a charger, the most important question you need to ask yourself is, do you want the 100 watt or the 65 watt one? You can, of course, also charge it via a suitable power bank or in the car via a suitable cigarette lighter USB PD charger. So from a power perspective, this light is very versatile, and that's one of its unique features as far as I'm concerned. There's a little hidden feature of this light, and that's you can charge our power units via the USB-C port also, with a max output of 65 watts. So if you're stuck and need remote power, it can double as a battery bank for you also. This light is also CRI 95 Plus and TLCI 97 Plus, and it also has different adjustable dimming curves built into it. So hey Kieran, how do you use the light? Well, it really is incredibly simple. You have your main power on off switch here, so if I switch that on now, you're going to see the back display is after coming on, and the main dial here, if I turn that up, it's going to vary the output intensity. So you can see that is really bright there now. So I can adjust. That's going up to, wait a second, that is 100% there now. I'm going to dazzle you completely. So that'll give you an idea of how bright this light is. So that's an 80 watt output at 100% there now. So again, I can just bring that down along to whatever I want. And this goes from 0 to 100. So if you want to set it at 1%, 2%, 3%, you can do that. So there is fantastic control over this light. To use the HB80C wirelessly, you need to download the Neewer app on your iOS or Android phone or tablet. So I have the Neewer app set up on my phone here now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a device by clicking on the plus, find device. It's already after finding the device straight away because I had the unit switched on. So I'm just going to click on the device and press OK. Adding device, one device added, and that's it. So here we have our light. So I'm just going to click on that there now, and it's going to open out. And we can adjust our brightness level to whatever we want. I can bring it way down to 0, or I can bring it up to 100%. And I can also change our color temperature too as well if I want. And we also have our different dimming curves here too as well. So I just popped the Neewer HB80C off to the side here because I just want to show you the special effects and what else you can do, because obviously we're in CCT mode here now. You have light source, so I can actually match the output of the light to a specific light source if I want. In this, I have source match, so I can take a photograph and it will actually match it then. So if I had another light I wanted to pair it with and I wasn't too sure, I could take a photograph of that light and it's going to color correct and match to that. So HSI is the next one I want. So I can select a multitude of different colors and brightness levels too as well. So I can change the brightness level above and top here and the color output. So that is incredibly handy. Again, I can bring it back to white more or less, or bring it down here towards blue and bring the intensity or the brightness level down to as well a small bit. Now, again, we have our RGB, we have color picker again, we have our effects, and this is the one I wanted to show you. I'm just going to bring down the intensity, and yes, there's going to be flashing lights here, so just be aware of that. So the first one is lightning. So what I can do is I can go paparazzi, which again is going to simulate people firing off photographs in the background. Then we have our defective bulb, which is going to be a bulb flicking on and off in the background. Give it a couple of seconds there now, and that is going to, yeah, there she goes, and back on along again. So that's our faulty bulb. Then we have explosions to simulate an explosion going off in the background again. And here we have welding, someone simulating welding. We have CCT flash, so give it a second there now. And there we go. Then we have U flash. We have CCT pulse. There we go. And then we have U pulse. Then we can do different features like cop car. So if we're filming a scene and we want the cops in the background, I can actually bring this way down along here, bring down the intensity, and there's a police car over there now as far as you're concerned. So again, we can go candlelight then too as well, and that introduces a slight flickering. It's only very mild, but really, really well done. You can adjust the sparks and the speed too as well. There's a whole lot of different effects. There's U loop, it's going to continuously loop around. And give it a second, it's changing colors there now. And again, we have CCT loop. And we have intermittent loop. And sorry, I went through that. INT loop. And then we have television screen. So it's basically going to simulate a television screen in the background. So it's going to fluctuate the brightness levels as in kind of simulating a TV screen going off in the background. Then we have our fireworks. So again, fireworks firing off in the sky there. Now I'm looking at my monitor off to the side here. You can see the color temperatures are changing and the intensity is changing to simulate fireworks. We have party, so it's in party mode. Then we have our music mode. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. So as I'm speaking here now, you can see it's actually picking up the sound and it's flashing off to the sound. So if I stop talking now, it stops. And when I start again, it starts off again. And there are special effects. And as you can see, they're all really easy to use from your phone. And again, at any time, if we want to take over manual control, I can just switch off my phone, pop that down there. I can change the modes, the special effects and everything else with the buttons on the side here again, and switch off the light then, of course, too as well, with the main power switch there. Favor time here now again. Can I please ask you to now like this video if you like it or if you found it useful, and please also do leave a comment with your thoughts on it, as that just helps get my content out there. Looking at fan noise now in the different modes. As I mentioned earlier, depending on the mode you're in, you get a different maximum light output intensity, but with this increased output power, you get more heat being generated inside the HB80C, so you need more cooling. So let's have a look at fan noise now and see how much noise you get on each setting. So I've had the Neewer HB80C warming up here now for about 30 minutes. It's at full output power, as you can hear, and this is the fan noise coming off the unit. My microphone is roughly about 9 inches away from the cooling fan, so I'm going to fire it straight at it here now. And that is standard power, the fan noise. I am roughly around sort of 1.5 feet away from the fan, and I can't really hear it on standard power. When I drop it down into low output power, the unit is silent unless I hold it up against my ear. So from the point of view of fan noise, this unit is incredibly quiet. Now is probably a good time to mention too as well, you can actually also take this unit off too as well. So for me, Whisper is dead quiet. Regular is fairly quiet, and at 2 meters, I can't really hear it, even in a fairly quiet room. So it's review conclusion time now for the Neewer HB80C. And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I really like this light. As in, I really like this light. And there's a few things I love about it. The first is the built-in battery. The second is the compact size and shape of the unit. The other thing then is the carrying case. That padded carrying case is absolutely brilliant. Then you have things like the built-in battery and being able to charge devices from the USBC port. So if your battery is running low on your camera, you can actually charge your camera from this, or you can charge batteries, or you can charge your phone. That is just so handy. It's something you think you might never use, but that could come in really handy from time to time. The ease of control, the size, the shape, the weight, the build quality, it's just a really nice light. And considering you can buy this for under $200, that is just completely stupid. It really is completely stupid. one of these days, newer products are going to get a lot more expensive. And I think that day is coming soon, because they've hit a quality level now where this light should clearly be $300, $350. As far as I'm concerned, it is an absolute steal for under $200. It really and truly is. If I could give it 10 out of 5, I probably would. But it's a definite 5 out of 5 for me, and a massive thumbs up, yet again, for another Neewer product. So, congratulations, Neewer. You're definitely on a winning streak as far as I'm concerned. So thanks again for watching, ladies and gents, and see you out there, or see you in the next video.